Zap, 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 lightning, zap, zap, lightning, lightning, fade.
Hello everybody, it's me, the Lego Dude, and in today's video I will be talking about the 2024 LEGO Star Wars set list, which has been leaked. It includes nearly everything from the first half of the year, which encompasses the January, March, and May waves of sets. Starting off with what is probably the most exciting set, we have the 75372 Clone vs. Droid Battle Pack, which will cost $30, have 215 pieces, and will be releasing on January 1st. This set is going to be similar to the 501st Battle Pack from 2020, with the same Mega Battle Pack concept. However, a big difference between them is that while the 501st Battle Pack only had 6 minifigures, this brand new battle pack will have 10, with 4 clones and 6 droids being included. Even better news is that we're finally getting super battle droids again after so many years away. There's going to be 3 super battle droids and 3 B1 battle droids, which I think is a good mix of droids to get for this set. We don't have any solid information on what Legion the clones will be, however there have been some rumors going around that they're going to be playing white armored phase 2 clone troopers, which I think is amazing since it's basically one of the only really well known types of clones that LEGO hasn't made or had in any sets in recent years yet. The build for the battle pack is an ARC 170, which is great to be getting again, but probably won't be that good since there won't be that many pieces to work with after subtracting the pieces used by the minifigures. However, with how many minifigures that we're getting, any trade-off in the build will most likely be well worth it. Next up we have the 75384 Crimson Firehawk, which is based off the Young Jedi Adventures animated TV show. It's a 4+ set, has 136 pieces, and will cost $50 or $60, which sounds absolutely insane for how few pieces there are. I have no idea how they're going to make this work without it being extremely overpriced, since using big pieces will only go so far, and since this set is going to have 4 minifigures, that leaves around only 110 pieces for the build of a set which costs $50 or $60, which sounds insanely overpriced. Next up we have the 75374, which is going to be the Skeleton Crew ship based off the upcoming Skeleton Crew TV show. It's going to have 1,325 pieces, cost $140, and will be releasing on January 1st. We really don't know anything else about it except for that, and we can't make any predictions about it either since we haven't had a trailer for the Skeleton Crew show yet, which could have shown us the main characters who would most likely be the minifigures for this set. And finally, the last January set is the 30680 Polybag, which will cost $5 and have 75 pieces. We don't have any information on what it'll be yet, but based off what we've gotten in polybags over the past few years, it'll probably be a miniature version of one of the other bigger sets releasing in early 2024. Moving on from the January wave, we have 4 sets which are going to be releasing on March 1st. First up, we have the 75375 Midi-Scale Millennium Falcon, which will cost $80. Midi-Scale sets were gone for over a decade until the Executor released this year, so seeing it get continued into 2024 and presumably 2025 is great. However, it does come at a cost, that being the seeming cancellation of the helmet series. A few of the helmet sets weren't that good, but the majority of them were, so seeing them go now is a bit sad. However, overall I think that the Midi-Scale sets are and will be better than the helmets. Getting back to the main topic at hand though, at $80 the Midi-Scale Millennium Falcon costs twice as much as the last version, which is in part due to inflation, but also means it's more likely it'll be bigger as well, allowing for a more detailed and overall just better build. Next up is the 75376 Midi-Scale Tantive 4 for $80. It's definitely a solid addition to the Midi-Scale line of sets, but other than that there's not much left to say about it since we don't have any more details pertaining to the piece count or anything else about this set. Next up is the 75387 Tantive 4 Boarding Party diorama for $60. This is a set that probably should have been made at least a couple times by now since it's based off one of, if not the most iconic scenes from A New Hope, but late is better than never. With the Dark Trooper attack releasing just last year as well, we had a good template of what it would look like for around $30 or $35, but instead it'll cost $60 and be a diorama, which sounds like a big difference, but in actuality probably won't be since a lot of a diorama's pieces go into adding detail, plus the fact that most dioramas are at least a little overpriced, so you can expect it to not actually be as large as the price would lead you to believe when compared to the Dark Trooper attack. I'm not saying that it'll be overpriced, but I am a little bit cautious if it'll be worth the price or not, especially since we don't know the piece count, meaning we can't really make any comparisons that are at least kind of accurate to other diorama sets. Finally, the last March set is the 75379 Buildable R2-D2, which will cost $100. It's really strange that we're getting this while the UCS R2-D2 is still on shelves, since the same people who would be interested in this could probably buy the UCS version and vice versa, so unless there's something special in this set, then releasing it right now is a bit of a confounding decision. Moving on from the March wave of sets, we now have the May wave, which will have 4 sets that we know of as of now. First up, we have the May 4th UCS set, as usual every year, that we don't know anything about and we probably won't know anything about until March or April. Next up, we have the 75378, which will be the Grogu Escape from the Jedi Temple scene from The Mandalorian Season 3. It'll cost $30, but the piece count is unknown. As of now, the 2 minifigures we know will be in this set are Grogu and Kylo Beck, but hopefully we'll get 1 or 2 other minifigures with a Clone Trooper or Naboo Guard both being possible. The build will be the bark speeder that Grogu and Kylo and Beck escaped on, and Grogu's Prime will also be included. Moving on to the penultimate set on the list, we have the 75380 Bunta Eve Podway style armor, which will cost $70. It's going to be a micro build similar to the Death Star Trench Run diorama, which probably means it's also going to be overpriced, but I'm still interested to see how much of the Bunta Eve Podways they'll be able to include, since everything is miniature, meaning you can fit a lot more inside of it. And finally, the last set that we have for May is the 75381 Buildable Droideka for $60. I'm personally very excited for this set, since the prequels and the Clone Wars are some of my favorite pieces of Star Wars media, so getting a Droideka buildable character is amazing. LEGO also haven't done that well with most of their minifigure scale Droidekas, so maybe now with a $60 buildable character, they'll finally be able to make a great one. Alright everyone, that is everything for today's video. Tell me your thoughts about these sets in the comment section down below. Which wave do you think will be best? What are your thoughts on all of the prices for these sets? Overall, which of these sets is your favorite? And one last thing before you leave, please remember to hit the subscribe button, ring the notifications bell, and leave a like on the video. Bye!